Again, anyone who has questions, please use the chat area. And we have moderation on the call to help us field the questions. And I'm going to stop in between slides. I'm going to stop between slides for any questions that you have. So as Yael mentioned, today we are going to review Facebook. Facebook marketing. I'm going to go through the A to Z. Majority of you have Facebook pages already, so that's a good start. It's always good to cover the basics though, and to help you refine it as Facebook changes things very often. There are other tools that I'm going to cover as well. So Facebook marketing, why do you really need it? Just to begin with, there's so many other platforms today, Instagram, websites, Google. You need it because your customers are there, and they're there for the good portion of the day, especially in these days. Just to throw around some statistics, around 69% of Facebook adults use U.S. adults use Facebook, and 62 of online seniors ages 65 are on Facebook. 72% of the population between the ages of 50 and 64, and 88% of online users ages 18 to 29. 84% are between 30 and 49. So your customers are on Facebook, and they're there for an average of 2 to 3 hours a day. So it's not like they're sitting. For 2-3 hours straight, but they're actually coming in and coming out, going in, coming out, checking, looking, reading, commenting, chatting with someone, doing something else, coming back. But the accumulated time is 2 to 3 hours, which is a lot of time. Let me admit 2 more people. All right, we have almost 50 people on the call. That's great. So you need to meet your customer where they are at, and Facebook is where they're at. Slide. So just in general, when you set up your Facebook page, you need to connect it to your Instagram business page. So those of you that have an Instagram business page, you'll need to do it through Instagram. You do it through Instagram, and this is where you go. You need to go to your page, to your this one here, and you click on the 3 lines. By the way, the business name for the 3 lines, the menu here is a hamburger. So you click on the hamburger, the industry, and here you have Facebook at the bottom. If you connect it to Facebook, it says open Facebook. If it's not connected, it will say connect to Facebook. So this is how you do it. Why do you want to have Instagram and Facebook connected? Because you can share content. So create it once, distribute it multiple times, and other technical benefits that we will cover. Another benefit is you can actually connect Zoom to it. So right now, technically, I can share this on live. I am not doing that because of different reasons, but technically, you can broadcast it on Zoom for people that you know, and you can broadcast it on Facebook so that people that follow you but for some reason miss the invite can join your content, and it's available on Facebook Live. So just as an example, you can actually do a styling Zoom for your customers. If you got, even in normal days, I would recommend to do that. You just got a shipping of a specific collection, and you have yourself and a few models in the room, or just yourself. If you're social distancing, you're trying on different outfits, layering it with accessories, you're talking about styling, and you're showing it on Zoom as well as on the Facebook Live. People get a chance to see it, to interact with you, to ask questions about the styling, to ask questions about the collections. It's a wonderful way to generate content. In this presentation that I will share with you later on, I've linked to some general tips on how to tweak your general settings of Facebook so that it's optimized to promote your business. So all you need to do is click on the link and go through the instructions, and that's it. The other thing I would highly recommend is to check out the Facebook news, and I've linked it here as well. They share news about things that they've created, you know, any new features, any stories about how people used Facebook pages, Facebook groups, and how you can get some inspiration from it. Any questions so far?
Can you share those tips on how to tweak your Facebook page by talking about it at some point, please?
I mean, there's a lot to cover on every single aspect. So I've covered the highlights, which is the most important thing is to have it connected to your Instagram. So those tips are very, you know, they're minor. And then that's why I would recommend you to go through them at your own time, just because, you know, it's impossible to cover everything in 1 hour. So that's okay. An additional reading and extra homework that you get if you choose to do those.
Aileen?
Yes?
I traditionally post on Instagram every morning and share to Facebook. Can it be done in the reverse? From Facebook to Instagram, or do I have to continue to do it?
Yes, and Mark, are you on the call? Mark, Belgium Mark. We need to find you a code name. Belgium Mark, are you on the call to share information? He's on the call, but he's also doing other things such as using the Instagram Live. So he will talk to you about what they call a Facebook Studio that you can use to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, so bit by bit, let's cover Facebook page. So Facebook page used to be the holy grail of Facebook, and it in a way it still is, because that's your face to the world. Whenever somebody is looking for a business today, they go to Facebook and they type the name of the business to find it. Also, Google indexes those Facebook pages, so many times when you're going to Google and you're looking for a business, the first option will be the Facebook page. And that's why you want your Facebook page to be the top, you know, to be up to date, to look fabulous. But the thing is that the engagement has significantly gone down in the past years just because of the volume of content. So don't expect to get a lot of engagement. Don't expect for many people to comment and like. It's the engagement in it originally and the way it is inherently is very, very, very low. So the goal of your page is to show you at your utmost best. So how do you do that? First of all, those of you that don't have a Facebook page yet, I'm going to add a link. I'm going to add a link to the presentation to show you how to do it. But I'm just going to jump off the presentation for a second. Oops. And I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very, 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 very easy. You go to Facebook, and there's a create area here, and that's where you can create your page. And it takes you through 3 questions of what is your business, if it's a business or a community, or are you a brand? And this is basically how you do it. It's very easy. I'm going to add instructions to the slides so it's easier for you. So the next thing is that you want to make sure that you filled all of your about. you filled all of your about. Actually, I'm going to exit the presentation, this presentation mode, just so that I can show you a few pages. So this is the Eileen Fisher page, and I want you to look at it just because it has a really immaculate about. There's a story area where you put a slide of your business, a description of what's the story, and really this is your chance to sell, because your selling point is your personality and your styling and the rich experience that you have with it. So this is your opportunity to tell the unique story of the store and of your life and what you've gone through to make you an expert in the field. And everyone here is is an expert and have their own unique features that you can highlight. You need to put links to your website. You need to put the phone. You need to put the address. You need to give the overview, as much information as possible. And you're doing this through the settings button that I will show you in a second. So it's very, very, very important to be extremely detailed there. You need to designate a page name. So whenever you're creating the page, or even after you create the page, you have an opportunity to give a name, which is this section here at the top that says Eileen Fisher or Roni Rabl Inc. or Sandy Lou Seattle. This is where you have an opportunity to make it look really good and to highlight your brand. Okay. Extremely important, connect your store to your Facebook page, because people are going to shop from there. It'll be different for different stores. Some people will shop more from Instagram, some people from your site, but it's very important to connect your shop to Instagram. This is where the shop is. It's on the menu, and you can organize the menu here to have the shop wherever you want. It can be right under the about, it can be under the photos. You can shuffle this as much as you like. So the shop area shows the items. For some reason, it's not showing right now, but those of you that have Shopify, there's one click that you need to do to immediately activate your shop on Facebook, meaning all of the items that you have on Shopify will automatically show on your Facebook shop page. So that is huge because you can then later tag posts and connect them to specific products. It's crucial for you to have a shop on your Facebook page, even if you're not getting the sale through Facebook. It's extremely important to have it there, just so that people can browse through it and call you about it. The next bit is.
Can I ask a quick question about the shop?
Sure.
I have the shop on my Facebook set up, but I struggle with finding out how to assort it. You mentioned it was important to have the shop items in Instagram maybe be different than Facebook.
Yeah.
I didn't know, do you know what screen you go to pick and choose which pieces come up in your shop?
I don't, and I think Facebook doesn't really give you a lot of room to play there, but I can definitely check it for you, unless Mark is on the call and can answer right now, or he might be doing the live right now. So I'm writing it down on editing the items.
I have a question. Should you use shop if you can't sell online, that they have to call you to shop?
First of all, I don't know if you can technically, but because then you're actually basically creating posts and have the description and the product knowledge there. So I don't know if you would want to do that, and I don't know if you can do that technically without any programmatical knowledge, just you by yourself. The good thing about Shopify is that it does all of the programming automatically at the back end, and they're just built to do it, to take whatever you've created on Shopify and throw it into Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
What if you don't have Shopify?
Yeah, I mean, yes. So that's why I tend to recommend Shopify, because it's a really easy solution. But so which solution are you using?
We have Magento.
Yeah, I don't know Magento that well. I will need to check if there's an automated way to do that. Okay.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
So if we have Shopify, now do you mean that it would, once we connect it to Shopify, it will automatically pick the styles randomly, or how does that work?
Yes, that's the kind of a little bit of annoying thing about Facebook, that it doesn't give you a lot of room to edit the products. Kind of like throws them out there. I'm gonna check with Mark from Belgium, who's on the call, but he's not able to answer right now. He would know if there's an option to go kind of like around it, but from what I know, not really. But it doesn't, I mean, it's not the best. And to be honest, you're not going to see a lot of people buying from Facebook, but it's just one more way for them to view the product, know that you're selling it, know what you have, give you a call. It's one more way to expose, to get exposure and to get reach for people.
Okay, thank you.
May I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Hi, Eileen. It's Janice from Vibrato Boutique. Is it okay? Would Wix work? That's my platform for my website.
Wix is like, it's a great tool for like a poster, for a flat poster. If you want to get something up mega quick and not be a too complicated thing, then sure. But Wix is very, very, it's like, how can I compare it the bottom line is that Wix is not working for a shop. The solutions that you have generally are Magento, Shopify, and WordPress. These are the popular.
I actually have my store is on Wix, and I do sell things online. Everything is on there, but it won't connect to Facebook. Is that it?
Actually,
very flat. That's what I'm saying. It's very simple in how it's built. So all of your SEO, all of your search engine optimization, all of your connections, all of the apps, it's extremely complicated and sometimes not possible to do it on Wix. I would not recommend Wix.
Okay. I think to answer her question, yes, Facebook does link with Wix because that is what I use, and it automatically will transfer over. Just like Eileen described, there's a setting that you have to go into and put your code.
Yeah.
And then it just
exactly. I think you just nailed it. You need to copy code and put it in there. And that makes everything extremely, you need to know how to work with it. That is also true for WordPress. WordPress is my personal top favorite tool for a store. It's the best in terms of creating a social online presence. However, it is extremely complicated for anyone who's not working online, for a living to do that. So you can do it on Wix, but again, whatever Wix give you at the, as a regular package and whatever you can do with it easily is, and again, so I just apologize. I mean, if someone else is using Wix and it's working for you, then thumbs up, it's great. Whatever's working for you is working for you. I'm just saying for the average person that doesn't know technical, it's a little bit more complex. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you need to know how to put things together. I don't know if you agree with me. I don't know your name. OG Love Launch. Yes. So.
Yes, I agree with you. It is technical, but just to answer her question, I think was if possible. It would link, and the answer is it does, but you do have to know what you're doing.
Yes. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
I thought that when the new company checks us out, they went to on our website and then let us know sometimes like, oh, your website was great or things like that. So first question that I didn't realize they actually check Facebook. Even though we do have a Facebook, we haven't updated for a long time. And my experience with Facebook is that a lot of young people, they used for first 10 years and they already moved on. They don't like Facebook whatsoever. They don't have use Facebook, 20s and 30s. And then over 40s, 50s and 60s, we are using Facebook, but for the personal use, what I did with the dog today kind of thing, and lots of political advertisement as well as a lot of political talk going on right now. And myself and a lot of my friends, we don't like to see advertisement coming to my Facebook because this is my personal time and everybody bombarded with advertisement right now.
Yep.
So that's second question. The third question is that Instagram, I hear from everybody that young people use it, 20s and 30s, but not over 40s or 50s. None of my friends have Instagram because we already had Facebook and we didn't want to do that many stuff. And so I don't know if our customers actually, as far as I know, my customers over 40s, 50s, 60s, the generation that spend most of the money, they don't have Instagram. I know that.
Right.
So,
okay. So to answer your questions, and I hope I remember everything that you asked. Yeah. So I'll start from your last question. So Instagram is less of a popular option, but it is growing amongst 40 plus. So it's less popular, and that is why we're starting with Facebook. We're starting our digital hour with Facebook because it's a much more important tool to connect with your customer rather than Instagram. And that is the key word to answer your second question. You are connecting with your audience. You're not advertising to them. And as you see on my presentation, I've put Facebook ads last, and I wrote maybe 2 sentences about them because I do find they're working in some areas, absolutely. But in everything that Facebook has to offer, ads are at least important. And what I'm showing you here is how to connect and talk and entertain your customer rather than sell them. And I'll remind everyone again, on our first Digital Power Hour, our first slide said, I'm going to ask you to do the most difficult thing right now, and that's to park selling. Don't think about selling right now. Right now, we are thinking about how you're building your community on Facebook. You could think about yourself as the glue of everyone, of people around you. How you building a group of people around you. And it's the content and less the selling. Did I answer all of your questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Mark wrote something. Mark Belgium.
I know. Okay, I have 3 questions on the chat. So Fatima is, privately, okay. Yes. So Mark, can you share the questions from the chat? Or Yael, can you share the questions from the chat?
Yes.
Okay.
We should look into Magento. Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Regarding the question of cross-posting from Facebook to Instagram.
Yes.
Can you share that link?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, so Mark is sharing a link to how to, how to cross-posting from Facebook to Instagram.
From Facebook to Instagram, right. So, yes, one more thing that when you invite people to like your page, and I will talk about how you build followers on your page, it's very, very, very important to ask them to do the following. So I'm right now on the Burberger page, okay? And I have not liked the page, so I am going to like it right now. So I do this, okay? And I'm going to click following and see first. It's so important that you ask your, it's not gonna let me do it because I already have 30 places that I chose there's already 30 places that I chose to see first on my feed. But basically what this means is when you're clicking see first, when you're asking your followers to click on see first, when they open their Facebook on the home feed, whatever shows them the latest posts, you're gonna be there whenever you post. So that's very, very, very important to circumvent Facebook's limitation on pages visibility, which means that just like we said before, every time you post on Facebook, an extremely tiny percentage of people are seeing it. And if you're encouraging people to do the see first, then they will, okay? So that's very, very, very important to ask. But I will show you how to grow your community in a second. Okay, one more thing, a little bit more about the pages. Every page is built differently, okay? Every page has a different layout. Some people show, so Eileen Fisher, she shows the posts first, so the items that she's selling first, and then she's showing her events. Some people are showing events first, and then the posts, and you can decide what layout you're choosing by going to your settings and really, and I would say be very, very, very detailed on that. So let me show you using the Roni Rabl page. Once you've set up your Facebook page, you go to, and you enter the page. Very slow. There's a settings page that allows you to really decide what the page is going to be like. And I think that for a lot of people on the call, this could be a fun exercise. Even though it initially looks technical, you click on edit page info. It's a design task, and it's a design, it allows you to really create what you want your Facebook page to look like. So I clicked on edit page info, and this is, again, this is all you're about. This is where you fill on the information, email address, phone number, location, all of that. And then you're going to, where is it? Page. Oh, I'm in settings. I clicked on the wrong tab. That's why I'm not seeing it. Edit page info. And you have templates and tabs right here, okay? You click on that, and it gives you the option to play around with your page and have different layouts. So if you're a store that is offering many, many, many events, then you put the events at the top. If you're a store that is very focused on, Michelle, you asked, you know, on the product itself, and you don't have a store, and you have a lot of posts on the clothing, then you put the posts first. But this allows you to really play around. So I would say dedicate around an hour and a half, and you just go through each and every one of these items here, okay, under pet edit page info. You do every single one of them, and you really do it, you know, comme il faut, as you should, okay? Just properly, every single detail of it. And that will help you get the page to the best optimal layout and look and have all of information on it. So yes, so posting, I would recommend once a day, post once a day, and later Mark will have a separate session about a tool that allows you to schedule everything. So basically you designate an hour a week and then you schedule all of your posts so that you know that you're sorted for once a week, for once a day, I'm sorry. And I would also recommend to update the cover, which is the cover of the page, which is, wow, network is extremely slow on my side and I apologize. This part, okay, next to the logo, the cover, I would recommend that you update it around like once a week or twice a month, okay? Why? Because that's the first thing that people see when they open your page. 2, because when you update it, people are notified that you have updated. And to make it interesting, you also can double click on it and add text to it. So it's an actual post, not just a cover. And it lets Facebook know that your page is current. So, and it's extremely complex algorithm that nobody can explain. It'll show up higher. Okay, there's a question on chat. Yael, can you help me with reading it?
I don't see I don't see a question, Aline.
Oh, okay. So let's maybe it's just from, okay. I see that, okay, it's a private message. I will read it right after the presentation and I'll be able to answer it. Okay, so so this is the Facebook page. Right after the Facebook page, it's very, very, very important that you take care of your messenger. What's the messenger? Every time you land on a page, there's an automated message that comes up. Let me see if there's actually one. Yeah. This is Brooklyn Apparel, and they do a really good job with automated messages. So every time I land on the page, I will get an automated message. So this is regardless of any page. You can set it up to automatically open the messages so that it says, hi, Aline, you can converse with Brooklyn Apparel. There it is, it comes up, hello, how are you? And then what they did is to program it to say, can I check if an item is available? Can someone assist me? How much do your items cost? Can you recommend something for me? This is step 1. Whenever someone's coming to your store, you're greeting them. And you can actually do this. If you're technical like Love Launch, then you can actually go to the settings that I showed you before and program it there. You can actually set it by yourself. If you're not as much, then you can check out technical solutions such as Shop Message. Those of you that have Shopify, it automatically connects there. I don't know about other solutions, but I can definitely find out. But this is, and I can tell you from personal experience, one of the greatest ways to engage with your customers. So suggested flow, when someone has their Facebook open and they go to your store knows that you're on Facebook and it automatically opens a dedicated pop-up only for that person that says, here's 10% just for you. We're gonna, if you're opting in for marketing on Messenger, the user agrees, and then you can promote products to their Facebook Messenger. That is spectacular, okay? Now that I got you excited, I'm gonna take it down a notch and tell you that because of all of the mischievous stuff that happened on Facebook in the past 2 years, there's less that you can actually do there. So it's not like you can promote everything to everyone all the time. It's a little tricky, but still, if you can build flows that say, are you interested in marketing? The person says yes, and it's all automated. You're building it brick by brick using this software, and it's very easy. It takes you step by step. You don't need to think too much, okay? And if it is difficult, then you give me a call and I do it with you, okay? And then they say, yes, I am interested. And you're saying, so that's great. Just for opting in, here's 10% off. And they're getting their 10% off. And then you're getting the new resort collection or the new winter collection. And you're pushing to them to say, there's a new collection in. How about you try it? And I have to say, it's one of the top tools available, and that's one of the things where promotion on Facebook does work. Okay, so these are the messages. All right. Any questions about the messages? Okay, links on my presentation. Okay, now we're getting to the fun part, all right? This is Facebook groups. This is where you can connect and build relationship with your audience. This is a tool that technically allows you to put a post and for a big percentage of your followers to see it. So it works a lot better than Facebook pages. So if Facebook pages are your storefront, okay? Facebook page is your storefront. Facebook group is where you're doing the selling. It's inside the store. That's the dressing rooms. That's the chit chat. That's where you get to do your store interaction only online. And now is the time to do that because people are hungry and thirsty for support and for communication. And the fact that you're going to do the selling there doesn't mean that you're going to sell there. You're going to talk to them there. You're going to engage with them, and I'll show you how. But you're not doing any selling. You're not saying there's a new collection. You're not saying here's a new dress. You're not. This is on your page. This is where you're saying, how are you? Let's do a watch party together, and I'll talk about it in a second. Let's have fun together. This is where you're creating the intimacy. Really, really, really good place to that does a fantastic job is Instant Pot cooking. Of course, we're all talking when we're cooking, right? Recipes and all. So they're a good example. They have, I think, like 250,000 followers on their page, and they have 2 million, I think, or 1.5 million following their group. So this just 2 million people in the group, okay? 200,000 followers on the page. This shows you the magnitude and the power of group. That's it. I don't really need to expand anything. That's the core of things.
Aline.
Yeah.
I wanted to add, you hear me?
Yep.
It's Yael, that one of our stores emailed us last week as a comment, and she said that she sold 60 units through Facebook group. She's not so successful. She doesn't do any ads, as Aline said. It was amazing to hear from her because I did not know about this experience from other people, that she actually, just through connecting to her customers, she moved 60 pieces. That was amazing. So, real story.
Yeah, and I have an amazing freebie for you today. So next week, we have Facebook's groups representative to join us on a call, a very long call for those of you that can handle more than 30 minutes or an hour. He is going to take us through groups in maximum detail. He's a Facebook employee from groups, and he manages groups around the world. So he knows the groups inside out. So we will at the end of the presentation, I'll share the schedule with you, and I'll tell you when he's joining us. Okay. So just mark your calendars, because it's a very, very, very important Zoom to have. So yeah, Facebook groups. Okay, how do you get more followers? It's always tricky. I don't have a magic recipe, but this is, what you can do. First, family and friends, of course, add them to your page. So the way you do it is you go to your page and you invite people. You invite page, and you should, you should ask people to invite as well, as much as you feel comfortable, right? So you go to the page, and here you can, where did they move it to the top? Where is it? Share. And then, no. Invite. They keep moving stuff just to keep things fresh.
Oh, the invite button.
Invite button. I'll find it and I'll show it to you. I'll include it in the presentation, but but it's usually, so if it's not here at the bottom, all right, invite friends, there it is. Like to keep you on your toes. Invite friends.
Where are you?
What?
Where are you? Where is it?
On your Facebook page, here it says community.
Oh.
Fatima and 56 other friends like this page, and then it says invite friends. You click on that, and if you have, if you want to do it, you can just mark everyone, highlight everyone and send to everyone, send invites, select all, and then just share it. And if you're more, you want to do it more subtly, then you do a few people at a time. By, filter, you choose, pick and choose, and then you invite. So that's one way to do this. But it's very important to know that way, because you don't do it just once and then you park it, right? Just like you're not getting customers and then you're leaving it, right? You always after new ones. So I would suggest a very thoughtful way to follow recommended relevant people or ladies that are suggested to you on Facebook. It says you might know this or that person, and you invite them to be your friends, and then you invite them to the page. So it's not everybody feels comfortable with this. That's fine, but that's one way to do it.
I have a question. This is Michelle from Abundance.
Yep.
So if I invite everybody that's on my friends and family, that's everybody that's on my personal friends and family,
right.
Which may not, so that means that everybody I invite will see not only my business page, but also my personal page. And that makes
the other way around. The other way around.
What does that mean?
It means if you're inviting friends and family, then they're already your personal connection, and then they'll see your business. Or are you saying the other method of inviting people to be your friends and then inviting them to your page, and that way they will see your personal page? Yes.
Well, because people show up, and it says to invite them, and it's like, I don't necessarily want the whole world to know my personal page,
right.
But I do want everybody to know my business page.
Right.
So how do I separate the two?
So again, it's not a 100% kosher method, okay? But you can avoid sharing personal information by, and I will show you. I'll show you in a different. bottom line, there's a way to create groups of people that you share with on Facebook, okay? So I'm gonna go to my page, and you're grouping them. You're saying, this person, you know, I don't want them to see every single thing. I want to label them under customers. And then you go to that person and you bucket them under customers. And then every single post that you're publishing on your personal, you're not promoting it to customers. You're only showing it to friends and family, and that way they won't see it. It's a very complex way to manage your Facebook life. So I would not recommend that unless you're extremely, that's what you like, you know, the detective life, the spy and doing things hidden. I would not recommend it. So it kind of like goes with it comes with the package, you know. Either you're willing to do all of this person can see it and this person can't, or you're saying, I'm gonna show everything to everyone. Or you can say, I don't really feel comfortable doing this, so I'm not gonna invite people to be my friends and then offer them the store. That's another way.
Aline, there's another question. I have 2 Facebook pages. My business Facebook page was done under my personal Facebook account.
Yeah.
Before investing more effort on the business page, is it important to separate it?
So the business page is the personal page.
My business Facebook.
Well, it's actually two. I have two Facebook accounts, period. They're both under my name. One of them, I created the page for my business.
Oh.
So.
So you have 2 separate accounts with.
I have 2 separate accounts under the same thing.
And with one you're managing the store, and with one you have your profile?
Well, what happened is that both of them, I have personal coming in and out, but only my business is connected to one. So before I spend more time developing this, and is it best to separate it or just changing the name to Best of New York, the one that my page is under? I mean,
I'm not sure how you built it, but if you build first of all, it's important to have everything together under one account. But if you already have a page that has a lot of followers, I would not lose them to move it to a different account. I would not, so I would not delete anything there because I don't want anything to break there. If you only have 1 or 2 people following, then you can close it and move it under your name. But your business page is a business page, or is it a?
No, the account, it says my name, Manaz Grosjean. And then under it, we had created years ago a Facebook page where it says Best of New York.
Right.
So that has been, I have been inviting people on my personal account to there. So
do you have many people there?
I don't know. I'm not very active, but it's been very, very long time. So a lot of people, a lot of clients within the last 10 years.
That's a lot. That's something that's gold. I would not let that.
Now, is it possible to change the name of the account to Best of New York? Because I have another Manaz Grosjean account. Believe it or not, I have 2.
Yeah, no, it's not good to have 2 because.
I know it's confusing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So wherever, so here's the thing. Facebook allows you to merge 2 pages, but they're saying we're going to merge the 2 pages, but we're not sure what's going to happen, and it could be that both of them are going to be deleted, so we can't be responsible. Okay. I would not recommend to merge them because you may lose them. I would recommend, if both of them have a lot of people, then to post the same content on both of them. If one has a lot of people and the other has 2 or 3, then forget about the 2 or 3 people and just focus on the one that is already there and has a lot of people.
No, the question, is it bad to have the account under your name, but only a page under the business?
No.
It's okay.
Yeah, it should.
That was basically the question.
Yeah. You should have it under your name.
There's a note from Gloria who's saying to everyone, I have the same thing. I was told you had to start with a personal page and then add a business page under my personal page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I talk about that for a second, Aileen?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I started on Facebook a couple years
Yeah.
ago, there really weren't business pages.
Yeah.
So I started a page. I have my own personal that says Jan Weiss.
Yeah.
But then there's a Berta Sawyer page. And then when we got into the videos with you guys and we were doing those video ads, I was told I needed a business page.
Right.
So I opened up another Facebook account that says Berta Sawyer Inc. When
Right.
I post in the morning to Instagram from Berta Sawyer, it goes to Facebook, and then I share it to Berta Sawyer Inc.
So, Jan, your case is very, very, very interesting, and I remember it from 4 years ago, because as soon as I saw that, I was like, no, Berta should eliminate her personal page. Hold on a second, but actually, you know, you violated Facebook's rules.
I know.
But it was a very smart decision, because your Facebook profile is actually the one that has most views, technically. However, if Facebook, you know, if they find it, that they can technically close it. So, I would not share though, Jan. I wouldn't share, and the reason is because in the hierarchy of visibility on Facebook, profile gets the most, group gets next, page gets the next, and then in terms of content, sharing content gets like 0. So from the get-go, very few people see it. But Jan, we can help you with that using the scheduling program. So you can schedule. Hang on, you know what? I'll talk to you, because you're saying you're connected from Instagram to Facebook, and then you share.
I post on Instagram, and then it shares to Facebook. Then
Right.
I actually go into Facebook and share to Berta Sawyer Inc.
Yeah, either or. So, but you're doing the right thing to share it to your profile, because you're like a side case, and you know, like of being extremely successful by using a profile, which is not by the rules, but that's the smart thing to do.
Well,
but I don't endorse it.
Well, you know what? I do that in the morning, and then at about 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I share it to my personal page.
Yeah.
So it's getting double, triple exposure.
No, it's very smart. It's very smart.
Okay.
The last thing for getting more followers is, and just generally keeping your page extremely successful, is asking people for reviews. And that's kind of true for not just on Facebook, but on Google and Yelp. And just a personal story, yesterday I had my real estate agent email me, and in a very, very, very candid note, he said, you know, right now real estate is pausing. There's nothing. So I'm using this opportunity to better my business, and I'm asking you to post reviews on my Facebook, on my Google, and on my Zillow. And I thought it was great. You know, I loved him as a real estate agent, and I had the time to give him a review. So reviews give you a lot of points on Facebook, Google, Yelp, wherever. So how about you just compose an email to your database today and tell them and ask them if they can review your service on each of those. All right, Facebook stories. So we're getting close to the end. So the big part was the groups. So this is Facebook stories, and with Facebook stories, it's the one that you see at the top when you open your mobile or your or just your if it's on the home page, then it's this part here. These are the stories. So technically you can create a story on Facebook, and the reason why you want to do it is the same reason as you want to do it on Instagram. It's because it's the first thing that people see when they open the screens. When they open Facebook, it's the first thing that they see, and that's why you want to do it. However, you can only do it on your phone, and for the sake of efficiency, I would recommend, if you have Instagram, then you just do it once. You do it on Instagram and you connect it to Facebook, and then it just shows on both. It's easier. Last thing is ads. Oh, sorry, events. I'm so sorry. How could I forget events? So Yes.
I couldn't see where, when you put the screen up of showing where something is, I can't see where you were clicking or highlighting it when you were showing where Facebook Stories was.
Oh, it's on the presentation. So this is a screen grab of my phone.
Okay.
Facebook, and then it shows the stories. And if I go to my Facebook page, which is my personal page, it shows stories always show at the top when you go to your home. When you're looking to see what other people, it's always showing at the top. And that's why we recommend, you know, before you do your posts, do your stories. Because you're always, every time you put a new story up, you're going back to the beginning of the, you know, the starting of the pile. So that's why it's a great way to promote yourself. All right, so events. So events are, if I go to Facebook to a company that is called TechCrunch. So TechCrunch, they're like a source of all of the news around technology and startups. But the reason why I want to use them is because they have a lot of conferences. A lot of their business is built on conferences, and of course they had to kind of downsize on that because nobody's seeing anyone right now. TechCrunch. So they do a lot of events, and events are not so great because at the hierarchy of visibility of content, they rank pretty low. So every time you create an event on your page, not many people see it. However, you can invite a lot of people to that event. And when they register, they get a notification that the event is happening, which is a nice reminder. So that's the sole purpose of using an event. I just want to show you how they show it on their page, Facebook event. It's very easy to do. You click on the events tab and you create an event. It takes you a step-by-step, and I think I have a link there to show you how to do that. So just to show you how things come together, say that you're doing a Facebook Live, all right, with styling, or you're hosting someone, you're creating an event for it. You're inviting everyone on the page to that event. So, you know, the few of them that will register will get a notification on their phone that the event is starting, and you put it on your page. So that's something that you could use it for. There's another cool new feature that is being used a lot, recently with Facebook, and it's called a watch party. And that is, say that you say this, you know, this recording, right? A lot of people missed it. We're recording it, we're putting on Facebook, and we're going to invite people to watch this presentation with us. So it can be for educational purposes. So we're watching it together only with people who did not attend this Zoom, or it can be for entertainment purposes. So say that there is a concert by someone that you know a lot of your customers like. You can actually invite them to watch that event together on Facebook. So it's just a trigger for everyone to get together. But just so, I mean, events is a nice to have. It's just another way of using Facebook.
What would be the difference between Zoom meeting and Facebook Live meeting?
So Zoom, you're here with us and nobody else sees it. So it's just the 49 people of us, 61 on the call. And these are the 61 people that are seeing it. The world doesn't see it. So it's confined. Facebook Live, you're opening it to the world. So everybody's following the page can see it, and other people as well. And I mean, the goal of it is also to generate interest with other people and for other people to see it and join. That's the difference. Lastly is Facebook ads. I don't really have a lot to say about Facebook ads. especially not this time. I think, you know, not many people have a lot of funds to invest right now on Facebook advertising. And Facebook is giving some dollars away to 30,000 businesses across the US that they can use for advertising. But say that I had 50 bucks, Facebook is not the first page it's not the first place I'm gonna put my money on. I'm gonna put it in Google. And for that, we have a separate session, I think, tomorrow. So Facebook advertising is good if you have, you know, a lot to spend. If you have a good room to breathe, and then that's actually a very good way to get new audiences that could be interested but don't know about your brand. So if you have a 3 or 4 months budget to play around with Facebook, that's a really good vehicle. And the reason why it's really good, it's because Google identifies the people that have intent. They say, I want this dress. I want to find that store. Facebook allows you to upload a list of your customers for Facebook to say, okay, I can define that audience, and I can bring you a similar audience to view your ads. So a similar audience. So you're getting exposure to people that might be interested. So it's a good platform if you can play around with it, and if you have the patience to do it.